Hello my friends and welcome to today's tarot reading. This is a general daily reading for all signs, but the sign that you're here probably means that there is a special message for you. So thank you so much for joining me today. So today is the 27th of March 2023. It is a Monday, the day of the moon, the day of Gabriel, Archangel. And there are no major transits for today. Can I just say thank you to all of those who said, who wished me well. I can't believe it. I don't know if any of you have had migraines, which I'm sure that the people that go in contact with me understand what they're actually like. They're usually really debilitating. So I have no idea how I was able to do the tarot reading yesterday. Yeah, I'm really shocked. So thank you for all of your support, and I just feel like the universe was looking after me then. But there are no major transits today, so let's see what the cards have in store for us today. We have death. We have the the 9 of inspiration reversed, which is the 9 of wands. It's a beautiful, beautiful figure. And then we have the Muse of Emotions, and that's the King of Cups. We have the Awakening, which is, what is it in this deck? 20. It's the, oh God, it's the Calling. It's Judgment. And then the Ace of Emotions, which is the Ace of Cups. Interesting. So we've got the King and the Ace of Cups. The 4 of Voices. Wow, this is really cool actually. Let's just see. Okay, I think that's central for you. Bear with me, my friends. And then one more card. We have the 3 of Emotions, which is the 3 of Cups. Actually, I'll do another 2 more, because usually I would do 2 more, wouldn't I? Okay, and then 3 more. The 7 of Emotions, which is the 7 of Cups. And then we also have the Magician reversed again. Wow, Magician reversed is coming up quite a bit at the moment. Interesting that. Very interesting. So death. I feel like there's this challenging time right now. There's a challenging time which is encouraging people to rise above their emotions, to rise into the power of their emotions, rather than being succumbed to the will of others, and making sure that they align with the correct types of people. And I don't know, I feel like this Magician reversed could be an overarching energy, or it could be an individual energy where people are trying, where there's possibilities that there's this sense of a bit of a carrot on a stick kind of thing. So it's almost like I'm going to show you that this is the possibility of what could be. But actually, it's almost like with this Ace of Emotions and with this King of Emotions, it's like you know what the truth is. You know that, you know what the reality of the situation is. Now, I don't know if this Magician reversed or this situation of the Magician reversed caused a lot of drama. Because this 9 of inspiration, the 7 of emotions, they kind of say to me that there was this sense of you not knowing what the reality was when you were within this space. You weren't able to know that. And the only way that you could kind of gain your own understanding of what was really and truly going on is by keeping quiet. You may not have been able to communicate yourself to this magician reverse. You know, sometimes you can't communicate to people. You know how it is. Sometimes you can't speak to people because they just don't understand where you're coming from, do they? They just don't see they don't see your point of view. And sometimes it's just better just to keep quiet and just not say anything at all, you know. Otherwise, you know, it might be... And I'm one for bringing things to the surface. Trust me, I love things out in the open. I've got a very... I wouldn't say I'm Aries, right? Because I don't really... My first house is Aries, but I don't feel that... I've got very Martian nature. I'm very strong in Martian energy. So, you know, it's not that I enjoy conflict, but I'm not afraid of it. In fact, I think it's very healthy. I think it's a very important part of who we are. That's why, you know, but it's about how we manage it properly and how we do it with honor. So I'm very much of the, you know, like kind of the old strategic battle weary warlords kind of thing. I feel like that really, if anything. But yeah, it seems like this kind of like trickster energy, somebody who's been trying to kind of like mess around with the system, they just haven't really managed to get to it. I think they thought that they could. They thought that they could mess around with you and your friends, and they thought they could mess around with you. They thought that they could mess around with, they just thought that they could mess around, basically, and they can't. They just can't. In fact, it's actually worked the other way around. They've encouraged you to kind of go the other way and to really be even more indulgent within yourself, to be more secure within yourself, to awaken to yourself, to collaborate with people who are really right for you, to manage yourself in a much better way when people are trying to like steer you off course. Yeah, it's almost like a new beginning that this manipulative situation or manipulator has kind of got into, you know, has come into the how it's managed to help you transmute this energy, because you've got transmutation here, you've got this death card here, and you've got awakening. Those are the two cards which I would say that are the, you know, they're really the most transformative cards in the deck, in the entire deck. So compared that with the magician, it's kind of like the magician doesn't really stand a chance, really, because death will always overcome the magician, not the other way around. Awakening will always overcome the magician, not the other way around. It's kind of, you know, it's really important to think of it like that. And it's also, I think, like you're finding solidarity in numbers with other people. You're understanding that you don't need to really do this on your own. You don't. You may have felt alone, and you don't. It's just that you were in a bit of a restful state. And it's really interesting, this beautiful, like, with these rose petals and, you know, the eyes, the sunbeams just coming out of her eyes. I love it. There's just real kind of sense of tranquility. Even though this is air, there's this sense of like tranquility and, you know, really nice kind of sense of emotion. And it was interesting because I have a radiator and it was like really tinkling away with the water. So yeah. Wow, and buffalo reversed. I think it may have just been a little bit unsteady, you know, a little bit unsteady beforehand. But I think that this is what this energy is. What this magician reversed is providing. It's like, it's quite an unsteady energy, I think. I don't think that they're very forthcoming with the sense of stability at all. I think they're more wanting to knock you off your perch in any way. I'm just double checking the book to see if there's any extra messages, because usually with this, yeah, restless, lacks gratitude. I think that that's to do with this. I think that maybe you might have encouraged someone to be within your social group, and then they kind of showed you that they weren't really worth your time. So now you've decided to let them go. That's what it feels like. But anyway, my darlings, that's your message for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. Thank you so much for watching. You take care, and I'll speak to you really soon. Bye.